Good day, ma'am. We are the Group 4 and we're discussing a Republic Act number 9592. So, an act extending for 5 years and the reglementary period for complying with the minimum educational qualification and appropriate eligibility in the Bureau of Fire Protection or BFP and the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, which is the BJMP, amending for the purpose certain provision of Republic Act number 9263, otherwise known as the Bureau of Fire Protection and Bureau of Jail Management and Penology Professionalization Act of 2004 and for other purposes. According to Section 4, which is the professionalization and upgrading of qualification standards in the appointment of uniformed personnel of the BFP and BJMP, says no person shall be appointed as uniformed personnel of the BFP and the BJMP unless he or she possess the following qualification. So, A is the citizen of the Republic of the Philippines. The applicant must be a Filipino citizen by birth or naturalization. Foreign nationals are not eligible for this position. And B is a person of good moral character. The applicant should have no criminal record and should generally be known for being honest, ethical, and law-abiding. So C, must have faced the psychiatric and psychological drug and physical tests for the purpose of determining her physical and mental health. So the applicant must pass the psychiatric, psychological exam to ensure mentability, stability, and emotional fitness. Pass a drug test to confirm they are not using illegal drugs. And especially pass physical exam to ensure they are in good physical health and fit for duty. So D, must possess a baccalaureate degree from a recognized institution of learning. So the applicant must have graduate from college earning a bachelor degree from a school recognized by the government. So, and the last one is E for my discussion. Must possess the appropriate civil service eligibility. The applicant must have civil service eligibility, which means they have faced the civil service examination, bar exam, and board exam for any eligibility exam recognized by the CSC or the Civil Service Commission.
F. Must not have been dishonorably discharged or dismissed for a cause from a previous employment. This means an applicant should not have been kicked out of their old job due to serious misconduct or violation of rules. If you are removed from work because of wrongdoing, you cannot qualify. G. Must have not been convicted by final judgment of an offense or crime involving moral turpitude. This means he should not have been legally found guilty of crime that shows bad character, like fraud, theft, corruption, or other immoral acts. If a court already made a final decision convicting you, you are disqualified. H. Must be at least 1.62 meters in height for male and 1.57 meters for female, provided that cultural communities automatically get a waiver for height and age requirement. This means applicants must meet the height requirements 1.62 meters for men and 1.57 meters for women. But if you belong to a cultural or indigenous community, you don't need to meet these requirements since you're automatically given a waiver. I. Must weigh not more than less than 5 kilograms from the standard weight corresponding to his, her, age and sex. This means your weight must be within the healthy range. It can't be more than 5 kilograms above or below the standard weight for your height, age, and sex. This ensures fitness and good health.
And according to Andor RA 9592, new applicant must be 21 to 30 years old, current BFP or BJMP personnel, but 5 years to met education and eligibility requirements unless they already had 15 plus years of service or non-com. Eligibility before the law. Qualification must always be maintained, otherwise personnel can be removed. Congress will also review if BFP should be transferred to LGUs.
All other qualifications are continuing in charter, meaning they must be maintained throughout service. If at any time a member fails to meet one qualification, it becomes a ground for separation or retirement. Uniformed personnel already in service prior to effective of RA 9263 are given 5 years to obtain. Existing personnel before RA 9263 are given 5 years to complete educational and eligibility requirements so they won't be removed right away. Personnel with more than 15 years of service at the time of RA 9263's effective are exempted from the educational and eligibility requirements. Those with 15 years or more of service are exempted from new requirements as recognition of their loyalty and long service. Personnel who already acquired NAPOLCOM eligibility before RA 9263 took effect are no longer required to obtain civil service eligibility. Personnel with NAPOLCOM eligibility before RA 9263 no longer need civil service eligibility since their previous qualification is already valid. With the 5 years extension period, Congress must revisit the issue of whether the BFA should be developed to local government units. Congress must review within 5 years if the BFA should be transferred to local government's unit for better service delivery.
I am Mary Rubin. Now let's proceed with my report. After the lapse of the time period for the satisfaction as a specific requirement, current uniformed personnel of the BFP and the BGMP who will fail to satisfy any of the requirements enumerated under this section shall be separated. This means that if you are a personnel under 50 years of age, for example, and you only obtain 72 units towards the educational requirements, and you fail to comply within the 15 years provided by law, you may be removed from service if you have served less than 20 years, or you may retire if you are age 50 and above and have served at least 20 years.
Section 2, Section 10 of Republic Act No. 9263 is hereby amended as read as follows. Section 10. Promotion system for the uniformed personnel of the BFP and BJMP within 6 months after the effectivity of this act. The DILG shall establish a system of promotion for the uniformed personnel of the BFP and the BJMP through the following principles. Rationalized promotion system. The system of promotion shall be based on merits and on the availability of vacant ranks in the BFP and the BMP. Staffing pattern. Such system shall be gender fair so as to ensure that women personnel of the Fire Bureau and the Jail Bureau shall enjoy equal opportunity for promotion as to men.
According to Republic Act No. 9263, personnel of Bureau of Fire Protection and Bureau of Jail Management and Penology shall not be eligible for promotion to a higher rank unless they meet certain requirements. These requirements include meeting the minimum qualification standard or the appropriate civil service eligibility set by the Civil Service Commission. They must also satisfactorily pass the required psychiatric or psychological tests
as well as drug and physical examination. However, there is an exception. Personnel of the BFP and BJMP who obtained NAPOLCOM eligibility prior to the effectivity of Republic Act 9263 shall be considered as having complied with the civil service eligibility requirements. In short, to be promoted in the BFP or BJMP, one must be fully qualified medically and psychologically fit and must hold the proper eligibility. But those with prior NAPOLCOM eligibility are automatically covered.
This requirement states that any personnel of both BFP and BJMP that displays an act of courage and gallantry during their line of duty, even if it greatly risks their lives, shall be promoted to a higher rank. This will also apply if they are selected to contribute on nationwide searches conducted by an accredited civic organization. Such promotion will be validated by the DILG and CSG based on the criteria provided.
Section 3 requires the department working in formal coordination with the Bureau of Fire Protection, the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, the Civil Service Commission, CSC, and the Commission on Higher Education, which is CHED, to draft, consult on, approve, and officially publish the implementing rules and regulation within 60 days from the law's effectivity, translating the statute broad mandates into concrete enforceable procedures by defining each agency roles and lines of authority, setting standards for recruitment, training, curricula, and accreditation with CHED, aligning personnel action ranks and discipline with the civil service rules, which prescribing operational protocols, timelines, and compliance mechanism for the BFP and BJMP so that the law is carried out uniformly and effectively in practice. In short, it imposes a 60 days deadline and shared responsibility to produce the detailed playbook that will operationalize the law on the ground.
Section 4, Separability Clause. If for any reason, any provision of this Act is declared to be unconstitutional or invalid, the other sections or provisions hereof which are not affected thereby shall continue to be in full force and effect. The separability clause says that if one part of the law is found to be wrong or invalid, the rest of the law will still works. It's like cutting out the bad part but keeping the good part. The whole law doesn't get thrown away, only the part with the problem. Section 5, Repealing Clause. All laws, decrees, orders, rules and regulations, and other issuances or parts thereof which are inconsistent with this Act are hereby repealed, amended, or modified accordingly. If there are older laws or rules that conflict with the new laws, they are cancelled or changed or updated so that they don't go against the new law. In short, new law wins over old law. Section 5, Effectivity Clause. This Act shall take effect upon its publication in at least 2 national newspapers of general circulation. This law will start working or become official after it is published in at least 2 national newspapers that may people read. In short, the law takes effect after it's published in newspaper.